like I said earlier, like during this time, this was like, you know, when St. Louis music scene was starting to bubble. Why did you choose, with you being an artist yourself, why did you choose to, I guess, switch to producing versus want to focus mainly on your rapping career?
I think at that time, you know, just learning from Out of Order and all the things that we went through in that particular time, like, I ain't gonna say it turned me out, turned me off or whatever, but it just switched my focus. Like, cause you know, it was a lot of business stuff that we went through that I didn't understand. And me, I'm always a thinker too. Like, I'm like, okay, I know I rap and I produce, but what's the best way that we can make it? Like, what's the fastest way that we can make this make sense? So I felt like, well, maybe if I just start producing and take it from that angle, it'll work a little better if I just kind of step back. So that's how I morphed into producing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because like I said, even in Out of Order, me and my cousin KP, we produced back then. So we was doing the beats, and you know, and the group collectively was writing the song. So I've always did it, but I just felt like that'll be the better thing to do at that time.
Now you spoke about like during the end phase of Out of Order was when y'all started to work with the whole nine, and that was on their Out Here first project.
Yeah, that was on. Yeah,
Out Here when y'all began to, you know, work with them. How did that whole connection come about?
All right, so when Out of Order broke up, I was staying with my manager Dodie at the time. I think KP had left, everybody pretty much left, and it was just me and Dodie standing there. So at the house or whatever. So PD, who was big shouts out to PD, like rest in peace PD. He was the owner of PD Rice Records, who I was very close with, and we all was close with. That started our career as far as Out of Order. So PD found out about my situation, and he was like, "You ain't got no equipment. You ain't, you know what I'm saying, you ain't really doing that." So I got some equipment I ain't using right now. So PD dropped me off of MPC. And this rap called the JB10 at the time. Any producers know that, you know what the JB10 is. So PD drops off the off to MPC, and I believe he just had an extension cord, a startup disc, and the rack, and that was it. Like, I was broke. Like, I didn't have no sounds, nothing. And that's when I told you about, I took a PlayStation. This is a real story. Like, I took a PlayStation and basically plugged it up to the back of the drum machine, and I took CDs and I just like sliced the snares and kicks, and I made my own snares and kicks. You know what I'm saying? And that's like,
crazy,
so when I did Chaos, everybody in the club up, those kicks I actually sliced was from off that song, is from that PlayStation and that MPC.
That's wild.
I had a broke ass keyboard, MPC, and the PlayStation, and that's how I was getting my sounds. So that was pretty much at the end of the Out of Order situation, coming to that. So I met so Chaos one day, and Chemo just pulled up at the house. It was weird. So I wake up in the morning, I'm working on some beats, and I see a 100.3 the beat van parked in the front yard. I'm like, what the hell is this? So Chaos comes to the door, and he was like, "Man, I know you got something left in you, man. Don't quit doing music, such." Because I was kind of discouraged at that time, because the group had just broke up. You know, we had a couple of deal offers and things that didn't pan out. So Chaos was like, "Dust yourself off, bro. Come on, we finna make some music." So they picked me up in the beat van. I packed up the equipment, jumped in the beat van, and went to his grandmother's basement, and that's when we started creating the whole nine music.
Yes, and that like you said, that CD itself with the whole nine, the whole movement, that was just a very iconic, you know, movement in St. Louis in itself. You know, along with other artists that came out, but just in the beginning, like I said, just listening back to the Out of Order debut CD, and you know, with the success of Country Grammar, then with the whole nine. It was just a pivotal time in St. Louis music scene.